Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Beneath a Steel Sky. Last time, we got a new shelf for Joey, so now he has a nice little welder that he really wants to use very badly. So let's give him a reason to use it. Now that we actually have a welder, if Joey will be so kind as to be on this screen and not the other screen. Thank you.
Go and disable the fuse box in the stores.
I could melt her with my welding.
Wouldn't that be dangerous?
Very, but I'm feeling reckless. And welding is fun.
Take care, Joey.
Welding is fun. I like that. Alright. He's just gonna hobble along. Come on. Come on, Joey.
Looks through.
Yep. And we can look through it in order to see what he's actually gonna do, which is very, very cool. Other times you would just be outside and just waiting for your person to just kind of show up, but
Never mind.
yeah, he has nothing to say. But now, luckily, we can actually go into the storeroom without putting off the sensors. Now let's see what's in here.
Joey certainly made a mess of that. No way I could fix the wiring.
Apparently Joey is overzealous about welding a lot.
It's a heavy metal flat.
And hey, there's some items over here. A key and WD-40. Let's flip this gangway over, and now we can actually get to these things.
It has Bulwark printed on it.
Bulwark. And nice WD-40.
Lubricant. This stuff is always useful.
Says it so sarcastically, like lubricant, nice. But there's also putty on the floor.
It's a lump of gray stuff.
You are barely able to see it, but you do need it. Now before I leave, I actually want to analyze each one of these. Not that way.
Give me an analysis.
Lubricant? You can give me a squirt of that anytime.
Maybe later.
Give me an analysis.
The intricately cut key, Rob.
Okay. And finally, putty. Soft and plastic, huh?
Give me an analysis, Joey. I think it's putty.
You're wrong. That's plastic explosive.
And he's so quick to correct us. Anyway, that's the only thing that we can get in the storeroom, so we might as well just leave. Except for...
Don't move. I have to search you.
Do I have to strip off?
Definitely not.
Oh,
There's a
good.
limit to how far I'm going to look.
What for? I'm not a criminal.
It's the supervisor's orders. If anything's missing, I get the blame.
Hey, that tickles.
Open up that coat. Why are you carrying that crowbar?
It's got sentimental value. My mother gave it to me.
Is that a wrench?
I carry it for luck.
You're a walking toolbox. Blimey. Smart shades.
Stick a hat in if you like.
Really? Oh, I could fix them with sticky tape. Is that a can of lubricant?
Yes. One squirt is just the job. I'd never be without a can of lubricant.
You are now, 'cause that can is mine. What the hell is that?
It's a sausage sandwich.
Can I have it for my lunch?
You're welcome.
You nicked that tea, didn't you? Thank you for your cooperation. By the way, that sweater you're wearing.
Don't laugh at my sweater.
I'm not. I think it's brilliant. Will you swap it for my clipboard?
Not in a million years.
So, what just happened there was that we actually got frisked for about half of our items. The only thing is that the items that he took are actually completely useless and just extra fluff. So, that's one thing about this game, is that it's it's an adventure game, but a lot of other adventure games I played, all of the items actually have a purpose and a use. This one, there's a lot of items which are just kind of sitting there that you can pick up and actually have no purpose. Even that key. No purpose whatsoever. However, he didn't take the putty, so that's interesting. So after that, we might as well leave the factory because, wow, that thumping was really getting to my head. But anyway, now we're gonna head left. Joey, come on. Let's wait for Joey. That's one thing I'm actually gonna talk about is what Lamb and Joey are both doing, and it's a very interesting and unique thing towards what Revolution Software does. This game actually implements what's Revolution Software has called the Virtual Theater Engine. And this engine is a very unique engine because it implements NPCs to have roaming patterns, like routines, like they go places and don't stay ramrod stiff in one place. It was first implemented in Lure of the Temptress, which was the game before Beneath the Steel Sky, I believe, which had large roaming NPCs everywhere. And I've never played it, but apparently it was really cool. However, with Beneath the Steel Sky, they also wanted to implement it the same way. But because the game was relatively larger, I believe by 6 times, they couldn't implement it as effectively. So characters like Lamb or Joey, who simply follows you, they all have very simplified routines. And we're in here, which has a lot of nice goodies in here, but let's talk to this man here, who apparently is sleeping.
Excuse me.
Yep. What do you want? Speak up.
Can you hold down that wrench, please? Well, let's inspect.
I'm here to inspect the plant.
Oh, I'm allergic to plants. They give me sores and boils.
I meant the power plant.
Well, what's stopping ya? Who are you anyway?
My name's Foster.
Stay away from him, Rob. He's a human bomb.
What are you talking about?
He's got a fuse in his mouth.
That's a cigarette. He's inhaling the smoke for pleasure.
Get serious, Foster.
Nothing, really.
You what? You woke me up for no reason?
Ridiculous, I say. But yeah, he sleeps and then just whips out a wrench in front of you when he's awake.
Has security been through here?
Yes, they have. Not a moment's peace. Did they find the Sabs yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I hope they string 'em up.
And I also love his voice, just because he's really... I don't know, it's really cool.
Who do these Sabs represent?
You what? I said, you what?
You what?
Another corporation, you thick-wit.
Sorry.
Hobart, our biggest rivals.
You mean we're at war with them?
Economically we are, and they're winning.
How come?
By flooding the market with gimmicky garbage.
And apparently he just goes back to sleep, so in order to talk to him more, we have to actually wake him up again. Wacha! And he just whips it out. I love it. So much.
Don't you ever do any work?
Can't you see I'm trying to sleep?
Hey, and now we have to wake him up again. Wacha! I love it. This man is probably my favorite character in the game for some reason.
Do you know a guy called Oberman?
Nah, never heard of him.
What's your opinion of the council?
They're doing a grand job.
And finally, one more time. Wacha!
I want to get out of the city.
You what? What do you want to do that for, eh?
I don't belong here.
Where do you belong, then?
I'm from the wilderness.
The Gap, you mean? Bloody awful place, full of mutants.
Have you ever been there?
Not me. I don't want to get contaminated.
And that's another thing that's really wrong with Robert, because he just openly admits to people that he is not from the city and is from the Gap. Which I think you'd want to keep to yourself, Robert. I don't know, that's just me.
It's switched to the on position.
Well, let's switch it to the off position, I think.
Leave that alone! You trying to kill yourself?
Yeah, we can't do anything with the man in here, so we gotta find a way in order to actually... well, get him out of here. Can I click on the chair? I saw a chair option, yes!
That chair's like its owner, an antique.
Can I sit on it?
I don't have time to sit around like that old man.
Especially on top of his lap, I mean, really. Now, one little clue over here is the smoke that's coming out of this pipe. There's actually 2 buttons here.
It's marked Surge Test Control.
Well, let's see if we can move it.
There's a safety device holding it fast.
Well, let's go tinkering with stuff, I guess. We might as well.
I've loosened the nut.
Take that as you will, I guess. Now we actually have to do the same thing with the other button.
I've loosened the nut.
And he says it again. Now here's an interesting thing, because we have a buddy system, and the game actually incorporates this, I believe, maybe 3 times throughout the game, but it's... I like that they actually do something like this. However, there's also a control panel here. I believe I hovered over it.
Open up that control panel.
Can't be done.
How do you know? You haven't even tried.
I don't wanna.
If you look at it, you'll find it's locked.
Stupid. Alright, so try pushing this button.
Try pressing the button on the right.
And what you have to do, really, is press it almost unanimously, simultaneously.
Now you've done it, mate. I'll have to fetch old Hobbins. And you'd better stay here, in case there's an explosion.
There we go. Great work, Joey. Except I can't talk to you right now.
Never mind.
See, never mind. So now we can actually deal with this control panel.
Can't reach the switches.
Well, there's a bar grating in the way. But now we can actually flip this switch, which will turn off this light bulb.
There's no power lighting the bulb.
Well, let's take the light bulb. Why not? Now, we can't actually get into the control panel manually, so we have to do some improvisation. And that means this, which is the plastic explosive that we analyzed before. We can actually stick it in the socket. This is actually another way to die, and I'm not going to show it off because it's not very interesting, because Robert just gets thrown off the railing here, and that's kind of death, and I don't want to do it. It's not interesting at all. So if we switch it up, boom, there we go. Now we have access to the control panel.
This must control a power supply. But to what?
Really, I have no idea.
This must control...
But we kind of need it in order to head down the elevator. So the up goes to the down position, and now we can actually head forward with the game and get out of the tower. So I'm actually going to go back to the security guard desk. The one through this door. I'm wondering where that man went. I'm just gonna check. Aha!
Seen anything of Hobbins?
What do you want him for?
To mend a pipe in the power plant.
Can't you fix it yourself?
I wouldn't dare.
Well, I haven't seen Hobbins all day. He's probably busy.
Hey man, I'm just got ya.
Where are you going?
None of your business.
Oh, fine. So he actually doesn't go back to his chair. I honestly don't know where he goes. He kind of just disappears from the game altogether. And I can't
Never mind.
I can't talk to Sam or Norville right now. So we can just leave and head over to the elevator, which should be working at this point. Now, one thing I actually want to do before I end this off is actually talk one of the extra characters that has a dossier. Kind of want to get all of these done before the end of the game, so I'm not backlogged in talking about it, and yeah, the elevator's working because Lamb just came down from his house in Bellevue, which is right down the elevator. Might as well just start from the top. There is a man known as Jerome Gillett, who lives in the Astoria block, and no idea where that is because we can't get to it. Multiple complaints have been received regarding his smoking habits, as you can see from his portrait. Having been repeatedly cautioned for open-air pollution offenses and good neighbor code violations, the council has decreed that further breaches of these laws will result in enforced Basbitocite treatment at the Automo Rehabilitation Unit. I guess that's supposed to be for smoking? I have no idea. But remember this cable...
A loose cable. Now that could be very useful.
Well, now that we have welder Joey...
Fancy doing some welding, Joey?
You bet. I want some action. Who's the victim?
Nah.
You can't go using your welder on people.
Oh, yeah? Who says?
Me?
Asimov's laws of robotics.
Or him?
That's fiction, Foster. It's just something some guy made up.
It's sound moral sense. Anyway, what I had in mind was that cable.
This sounds like a job for Captain Welder.
Ah, crap, I'm in his way. Alright. I will get out of your way, Joey, so you can actually do it.
Can you try welding the cable again?
Sure. Just keep out of my way this time.
Yeah, you can be in the way of Joey if you're wanting him to do something. Yeah, it's something that can happen. There we go. That doesn't really help us because, well, the cable just kind of fell down, but hey, now we can go down the elevator to Bellevue, which is going to be for next time.
Interlevel access suspended during routine anti-terrorist strike. Security services, protecting the community.
Hi, Lamb. So, see you next time, everyone, as we go down to Bellevue. See you next time, everyone.